Good evening to all of you. Uh, we are waiting for a guest. May I request everyone to keep their phones on silent before we start? Thank you so much. Good evening, Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. I welcome you all to the launch of India-Oman Track 1.5 network. The network is launched as a part of strengthening the existing deep-rooted bilateral relationship that we have between the two countries. It aims to create a continuous engagement platform that offers initiative to collaborate and innovate. To commence our program, we will begin with a small gesture of gratitude. May I request Ambassador of India to the Sultanate of Oman to present token of appreciation to the guests who have come and who have offered continuous support to the bilateral initiative. May I request Dr. Syed Adam Turki Al Sayed to please come forward. May I request His Excellency Sri Pankaj Khimji, Advisor for External Trade and International Cooperation, Ministry of Commerce and Industry and Investment Promotion, and Chief Guest of today's function to please come forward. Excellency Sri Faisal bin Abdullah Al Rawaz, Chairman of Board of Directors of Oman Chamber of Commerce and Industry, who is the guest of honor for today. Mr. Walid Al Mamri, DG, Ministry of Agriculture. Mr. Reda Al Saleh, Board Member, OCCI. Mr. Mustafa Salman, Board Member, OCCI. Mr. Hussein Hassan Abdul Hussain, Board Member, OCCI. Thank you, Excellencies, for your presence and contribution. Now, to officially open the event and to share his vision for the Track 1.5 initiative, I invite Ambassador of India to the Sultanate of Oman, who happens to be the key architect of this initiative, to please deliver his inaugural letter.
Assalamu alaikum. Namaskar. Good evening. Your Highness Saeed Alham Turki Al Saeed, Excellency Shri Pankaj Chimji, Advisor for External Trade and International Cooperation, Ministry of Commerce and Industry and Investment Promotion, Chief Guest of our ION launch India-Oman Network function today. Excellency Faisal bin Abdullah Al Rawaz, Chairman of the Board of Directors of Oman Chamber of Commerce and Industry, guest of honor today. Mr. Wahid Al Mamari, Director General, Ministry of Agriculture. Mr. Rida Al Saleh, Board Member, OCCI. Mr. Mustafa Salman, Board Member of OCCI. Mr. Sheikh Hussain Hassan Abdul Hussain, also Board Member of OCCI. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, both those who are present in the hall here, as also those who are following us on our YouTube live streaming. India 2047. Thank you very much for joining in the launch of India-Oman Network today, a track 1.5 online first hybrid default platform envisioned as a smart plug-in to our classical platforms of partnership promotion between our two nations. As we gather here today, envisioning the future trajectories of both India and Oman, we recognize the immense potential for collaboration between our two nations. India, under the ambitious leadership of Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi, aims to achieve developed nation status by 2047. Simultaneously, Oman is steadily realizing its Vision 2040, a blueprint for sustainable and diversified economic growth. Both countries are embarking on transformative journeys, unlocking opportunities that beckon us to collaborate, innovate, and grow together. Prime Minister Shri Modi's vision for India pivots around massive infrastructure projects, digital revolution, green energy, initiatives like financial inclusion, digital India, make in India, space for development, green hydrogen, one country, one market, Ayushman Bharat, heal in India. Many of the projects will perhaps rhyme with those who understand the vision of Oman itself as part of 2040 vision. These flagship projects of India are rich with opportunities Oman's established expertise in logistics, infrastructure, and renewable energy aligns perfectly, opening avenues for collaborative ventures in these sectors. Similarly, Oman's Vision 2040 focuses on economic diversification, aiming to build a knowledge-based economy and expand its industrial capability. Here, India's booming tech industry and skilled workforce can play crucial roles in sharing expertise and driving innovation. By harmonizing our efforts, we can bring about unprecedented growth for both nations. Building strategic platforms where our industries, investors, and innovators can converge is vital. This end-to-end synergy ensures that any opportunity, from the smallest entrepreneurial endeavor to the largest industrial contract, is adequately harnessed. Furthermore, in sectors like tourism, education, health services, both nations have much to offer. By leveraging India's medical prowess with Oman's growing medical tourism industry, for example, or by tapping into India's educational expertise to enrich Oman's youth, we can forge significant partnerships that cater to the aspirations of our citizens. In essence, the future holds abundant possibilities for India and Oman, possibilities that can reshape our economic landscape and enhance the quality of life for millions. Let us commit to harnessing these opportunities with enthusiasm, ingenuity, and a shared vision for sustainable progress. I would take a few moments to talk about Indian reform. India's recent economic growth is a remarkable blend of political courage, strategic reform, and citizen-centric policies which collectively have transformed the nation into a more integrated and globally competitive economy. The implementation of the goods and services tax exemplifies this transformation. Known as the One Nation, One Tax system, goods and services tax required immense political will and consensus building in India as unified India's vast and varied market under a single tax framework. Earlier it was pretty fragmented. Every state, every town, we changed the border, new tax slab, all that has been harmonized a number of years ago. Despite the challenges, these reforms were enacted to create a more seamless business environment, simplifying tax structures and eliminating complications associated with multiple state taxes. This transformation didn't stop at implementation. India has continuously refined these reforms, as seen with GST 2.0, Goods and Services Tax Edition 2.0 was recently launched by Honorable Prime Minister that demonstrated an ongoing commitment to economic maturation. Such revisions keep the system relevant and responsive to the ever-evolving needs of businesses and consumers alike. One of the profound impacts of these reforms is on entrepreneurship. By creating a more predictable and transparent business environment, GST has fueled optimism and positivity among Indian entrepreneurs. The streamlined processes and reduced compliance burden have opened new opportunities, encouraging innovation and expansion. Small and large enterprises alike can now strategize growth with greater confidence, tapping into the extensive domestic market of over 1.4 billion Indians. As Indian entrepreneurs develop economies of scale and expertise domestically, they are increasingly positioned to compete globally. They are already doing it, but more are aspiring to do so, including from the next tier 2 level cities in India. The reforms have not only prepared them to meet local demands, but also have enhanced readiness to establish meaningful international partnerships. These collaborations seek mutual benefit, pushing both domestic and global businesses towards shared goals and visions. The country's Vision 2047 of developed nation status by that year, 100 years of independence, outlines the dream of transforming India into a developed nation, including significant strides towards sustainable development. The vision sees India's economy becoming a pivotal global player, emerging as much with far-off markets as with those next door, like our strategic partner Oman. By sustaining a balance between political vision and economic adaptability, India has set a robust foundation to elevate its global standing. It ensures that as the nation grows, it brings along societal advancement, setting a vital example of how resilience, innovation, and cooperation can guide a country towards prosperity, ultimately benefiting not India, but its international partners as well. As they say, Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, Atmanirbhar Bharat, these are all the flagship projects of India which are illustrated in these policies. Today, India stands at the threshold of a remarkable journey, one fueled by visionary leadership and in transformative reforms under Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi. The nation's growth story is truly inspiring, a testament to the resilience and ambition of the people. Under the guidance of Prime Minister Modi, various reforms have been introduced in the country to enhance economy's resilience and efficiency. Earlier I spoke about the goods and services tax. But India, with its fourth largest economy and soon to be the third largest one, provides many opportunities for collaboration. Now I'll come to the main subject of the day today, India-Oman Network. Why? What is it that is missing? The India-Oman corridor, a very mature relationship with 70 years of formal diplomatic relations, which we celebrate this year, 200 years of close engagement, and 5,000 years of historical linkages, stands as a fertile ground ripe with opportunities, fostering collaboration and strategic partnership in various sectors. To capitalize on these prospects, establishing the India-Oman network emerges as an essential initiative. The platform aims to strengthen bilateral ties through the 5 Ts, the 5 pillars of collaboration that our Prime Minister mandated all our embassies to follow. These 5 Ts represent trade, technology, tourism, talent, and tradition. Technology, by definition, follows investment. Therefore, even that element is incorporated. Talent is one of the mainstays of collaboration between India and Oman. We can see that every vertical of bilateral collaboration has also been envisaged in 5T vision of our Prime Minister. Here is why this network, that is India-Oman network, as we see, is relevant to achieve many of these tasks entrusted to us by our leaders. Holistic engagement is the first. India-Oman network aims to surpass traditional compartmentalized engagement by cutting across barriers of government-only interactions or isolated business deals. This platform fosters a holistic approach. It brings together stakeholders across levels, government, officials, private enterprises, think tanks, universities, and even individual contributors, facilitating discussions that incorporate diverse perspectives and expertise. Having been in the government for the past now 33 or so many years, I realize that there are many rich discussions which happen between government to government, but they never reach the private. Or other way around, private has a lot to contribute, governments are totally unaware. This platform tries, at least from the Embassy of India perspective, in the India-Oman corridor to bridge that gap and to bring every stakeholder on a specific issue of their interest to discuss and take forward. Efficient communication, with an emphasis on digital interaction. This network aligns with the modern necessity of online engagement first by promoting virtual connections through business meets, trade shows, exhibitions, and online conversations. The network ensures that initial discussions and informative exchanges happen quickly and efficiently, saving time and resources. This online first strategy serves as a primer, focusing in-person meetings on deeper negotiations and collaborations that are essential and innovative. The other reason why we thought through about this is that at times people use the face-to-face engagement for something which they could have done very easily online. Whereas the smart plugin, before they have any interaction on the sidelines of the trade shows, business exhibitions, delegations, etc. If we have this smart plugin, just as for example, today in the morning I had one for bromine derivatives, and they really express their desire, and it all rhymes like a music to my ears that they are wanting to come and invest in Oman for bromine derivatives. Apparently, Oman import all of them, a very useful product for the oil sector. I understand also from PDO that MDO that this may be already happening with another company. But the idea is that a company sitting in India is wanting to have its decades experience in bromine derivatives manufacturing to use Oman as a place for manufacturing, looking not only supply domestic but also the neighborhood. Something which I understood is the priority for also Oman, which can be furthered through such platform. Synergistic partnership. The network creates an unprecedented synergy by aligning different sectors and stakeholders toward common objectives. By uniting Team India, including policymakers, industry leaders, academic thinkers, and common citizens, it harnesses collective potential to address specific topics relevant to India and Oman. The shared platform allows for comprehensive dialogue that can lead to innovative solutions and beneficial partnerships. Trade and investment promotion. As part of the core function, the network promotes trade and investment across 5T, which I spoke of earlier. It facilitates meaningful partnerships that leverage mutual strengths and market opportunities and thereby deriving economic growth. Regular business meetings and trade shows hosted virtually open up avenues for both Indian and Omani businesses to enter new markets and develop robust economic ties and reduce geographical constraints. Just to share, on 11th and 12th of August, we covered 13 sectors which we understood have synergistic potential for India-Oman collaboration. Something which would have taken perhaps months together, we could cover that ground in just 2 days. We are having, after having covered the sectoral level collaboration at the company and entity level collaboration. A company for bromine comes to us, we take it to the reaches of Oman. But let me also share here, in the presence of all this August gathering, that all this conversation is only meaningful when the counterpart comes and also listens. If the senior most CEO is very busy, it's a good idea that a junior, the youngest of the entrepreneur or business manager, is at least made to listen to and then to report back. If we do not do that, no matter we come physically or in person, go wherever delegated, these things have suboptimal outcomes. Dynamic transformation information process. Another significant asset of the India-Oman network is its dynamic keyword searchable embassy portal. All this has to be supported by a portal, a website which can actually service the requirement. If I am able to have dozens of conversations every month to support that, to keep them on track, which are not confusing, not complicating, I need to use the power of portal, which is what we are using. This tool provides streamlined access to the relevant information, ensuring that stakeholders have the latest data and insight. By enabling efficient information retrieval, it aids in strategic planning and decision making, aligning visions and actions towards shared goals. Let me again add a quick line here. When I say network, I'm not only referring to trade and economic engagement. Our engagement spans beyond that to, as I say, IT, trade, technology, tourism, talent, tradition, practice, everything that is there to collaborate can be covered under this portal. The idea is that everywhere there is a demand, there is a supply. How can we match in the most efficient manner? Of course, once they do that, subsequent inking, signing, confirming, trust development, etc., will require face-to-face connect. That nobody denies. Therefore, I align India-Oman network more like a smart plugin to a routine, mundane, tired kind of rollout that otherwise we see unless that plugin is included. Cultural knowledge and exchange. By promoting tourism, talent, and tradition, the network fosters a richer cultural understanding and enhances people-to-people connection. The vision of India-Oman network, with its ambitious approach and comprehensive design, serves as a strategic conduit for enhancing bilateral relations and facilitating substantial collaboration. Here is how it functions as a transformative platform through dynamic online engagement and private sector integration. Private sector integration. Practically, I have spoken about how we really look at this entire network. I would just want to illustrate one last point here, that it is not my call or my embassy's call to say that the face-to-face meetings are not needed. Absolutely, without that, you can't really move forward. The claim is that, can we prepare them better? If we can prepare them better, then the burden onto the face-to-face confirmation would have reduced, number one. Number two, whenever anybody approaches us, can I really have the Team India strength presented to Team Oman? At this stage, one goes sectoral, piecemeal, tell me which wing, which area of the embassy, versus any question comes to me, then it is the portal's responsibility to segregate, align it to the relevant corridor, including on the Indian side. So just as I'm trying to organize our embassy's work around those lines, we also have a work cut out on the Team India side to make sure that any lead coming from the Oman side, we should be able to respond. Silence must be construed as no interest. But to get to that authoritative silence response, one has to make sure that the original lead was actually made to reach everyone who was concerned with that particular lead. All these things we can do, we are all doing it. It's a question of organizing our efforts and resources in a streamlined manner. With that, let me thank you all for your attention that you have paid, for the time that you have taken out to come and join us in this. And this will not be like a static platform. We would want to evolve as the feedback comes. If we can do better, we'll certainly want to do that. Thank you very much. Long live India-Oman friendship. With every day, let it grow stronger and stronger. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for a comprehensive presentation and nurturing leadership for this initiative. We have amongst us a visionary leader, somebody who is champion of Oman's international trade and investment landscape. Shri Pankaj Timji, may I please call you on the stage to give your insight? Thank you.
Assalamu alaikum, Namaskar, Your Highness, Your Excellencies, distinguished guests, members of the Oman India Trade Diaspora, uh, officials of the Indian Embassy, thank you very much for having us here today. Uh, Your Excellency, you have really highlighted and shared with us the common vision that Oman and India have. Manufacturing growth, digitization, greening of energy, these are the common aspirations that both our countries are pursuing vigorously with full fervor. And I do hope that there are results that we will be able to tangibly uh, enjoy the success of in the not too distant future. There are three things that I'd like to bring to your notice in what has really transpired, which is hampering or causing trade disruption. One, as you all know, there's a huge global disorder in terms of undoing globalization, pursuing protectionism. And this, especially in the last 5 years, has caused much upheaval. Number two, the largest threats are not your tariffs and duties and uh, tax structures. The bigger threat is the non-tariff barriers, the rules of origin, the specifications and standards that are being adopted, that have been fine-tuned to restrict trade. Number three, the logistics trade is now even more polarized. Scale and value has been surpassed by prices controlled by a few dominant shipping giants. You may have realized what has happened to the shipping and transport trade in the last 5 years since COVID has hit the world. These are the three real global trade imbalances that we've counted in the last 5 years. What is needed is really a new reboot of the global order. And I say this with a certain amount of conviction. The South-South trade, the global South. It's a particular vision that both our countries are tuned on. Possibly a new alliance with its own priorities set by the others do not align with the priorities of the global South. We need to put our foot down. We need to make our priorities more aggressive than ever before. We need to stand by what we want and what we need. We have in the global South the largest dominant force, and that is the youth. More than 50% of the population of the global South is below 25. And that is, I think, going to be our true weapon, ammunition, whatever you want to call it, in pursuing our objective, our common objectives, our common priority. 50 to 60% of the shipping trade globally is commodities trade, especially from the South, from the global South. How are we able to convert this into a finished product? How can value add this thing? The global South exports more of commodities than of finished goods. Something that we need to be very mindful of. is um, the future going to be a open trade corridor? No, it's going to be pretty much governed by bilateral trade agreements, some multilateral trade agreements. I think here comes this great opportunity between our two nations to remove and to come to an agreement to remove the barriers and the non-tariff barriers, or to reduce the non-tariff barriers and to reduce the tariff barriers to an extent that trade becomes more direct, not transitional. Trade becomes more collaborative. And collaborative, I mean, it doesn't have to be just manufactured in one area and consumed in the other. It could be part manufactured, part processed in another area too. And onwards from here, could we be coming together and collaborating in using one's technology, one's manufacturing ability, and to manufacturing goods or processing goods which are exported to a third country? I think that is going to be the essence of our collaboration going forward. I'm very happy to share with you that our negotiations for a CEPA agreement have ended. The CEPA documents are being ratified by our government as we speak. Subject to this clear ratification, we should be able to sign and conclude on a new paradigm of a trade agreement, and I would call it the Renaissance 2.0 between the two countries going forward. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Your Excellency, for taking this initiative in addressing whatever that is there between traders, importers, manufacturers, of any impediments that may be there. Let me also assure you that we in West Oman will be very happy to address any such issues which are on the Oman side that we can help you with in addressing at the fastest and the most seamless manner. With that said, thank you very much. I wish you all the best. I wish you all the best in your trade exchanges, and I do hope that going forward, Oman and India increase multifold in their trade journeys. Thank you.
Thank you, Excellency, for that compelling insight and steadfast support for the bilateral relation. Thank you. I request the chairman of OCCI, Mr. Faisal Rawat, to please come and address the. Thank you.
Your Highness, Your Excellency, distinguished attendees, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Actually, it's very tough to speak after both of you, Your Excellency. So, you covered everything, so I will do lots of talk. Give me a great honor to stand before you today in this important gathering organized by the Embassy of the Republic of India under the title Oman-India Network for Trade and Economic Cooperation. I am pleased to convey to you the greeting of the Board of Directors of the Oman Chamber of Commerce and India and their best wishes for the success of this day. The Sultanate of Oman and the Republic of India, as you mentioned, have been enjoying a very historical relationship and very deep-rooted civilization, trade, cultural life. India always been a key partner for the Sultanate of Oman. In a very old time, when there was exchange of goods, India and Oman, there is lots of historical witnesses about this trade. And thanks to you, Your Excellency, we usually say we are on the verge of signing the agreement, but with your announcement today, we can say in this year we will sign this agreement, which is very good, inshallah. Yeah. The trade relations between our two countries always continue to grow, with India ranking among Oman's most important trade partners, both in terms of trade volume and joint investment. In recent years, we have witnessed a significant increase in Indian investment in the Sultanate of Oman, especially in free zones and special economic zones. As well, Omani entrepreneurs have also been active in Indian market across multiple sectors, including energy, petrochemicals, logistics, and information technology. What I want to convey to you and to emphasize for you that Oman Chamber of Commerce committed to supporting all initiatives that enhance the relation between Oman and India. And we can say that we in Oman Chamber of Commerce have done lots of business and economic reforms in this term. And I think between Oman and India, it was number one in terms of numbers that we have done. And also we will continue to do likewise if there is any new visits. Okay, we cannot declare anything, but with the coming visits, there will be more to come. In the end, I would like to conclude that to extend my sincere thanks and appreciation for the Embassy of the Republic of India and Muscat for hosting this meeting, and to everyone, to all participants. I am glad and always happy to be here at the Embassy, and thank you and wish you all the best. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Excellency, for your continued support and always being there. We have a short presentation from Invest Oman. May I call Mr. Adnan Suleiman for the presentation?
Hello, everyone. Very good evening, Your Excellencies, Your Highness. Uh, Thank you for the initiative, and I'm very glad to be here today. My name is Adnan Suleimani. I am one of the investor relationship specialists at Oman. Today, I'm going to give you a very brief presentation about the investment environment here in Oman. Sorry if you saw me rushing the pages, but they told me I only have 10 minutes. So I'm going to focus on the important one. First of all, I'm going to start with a very key figures and data about Oman. The area in Oman is 309,000 square kilometers. The landform, the landscape varies in Oman dramatically. We have a very dramatic landform landscape, varying from desert plains, rugged mountains, and massive flat lands ready for investment, especially the ones on the free zone. The length of coastline, we have a long coastline of 3,000 kilometers, which allowed us to diversify our shipping route. We have four main ports, petrol coastline starting from Tuhar till the south of Oman and Salalah. The population, we have a small population of only 5 million people, and that is roughly 50% Omanis and 50% foreigners. So we have a small market, but our ports can directly link us to more than 1 billion consumers around the region. Average age is only 25 years old, so we are a young population. The average age is very young. I am personally 25, which I think supports innovation, creativity, and adaptability, of course, and long-term development potential in Oman, inshallah. I really hope so. Uh, the foreign direct investments until the end of 2023 has ranked $65 billion. This map shows the access to consumers we have. We are very lucky to have an access to more than 1 billion consumers around the region in India, in GCC, and in the East Africa. We have a very strong history with these countries, especially India. Our ancestors used to trade spices and from East Africa as well. So alhamdulillah, we have a um, uh, very good connection with these regions. And today we want to enhance and embrace it even more through us, through Investor Oman. Of course, we need to make we use and utilize the free trade agreements we have with the GCC countries, Singapore, with the European Free Trade Association like Iceland, Norway, and Liechtenstein as well. Uh, when it comes to the shipping duration, we are very lucky to have a reasonable and fair shipping duration considering our centrality on the map. It only takes 8 hours to Beijing, 3 hours to Delhi, 5 hours to Moscow. When it comes to sea shipping, which is more important in my view, because 90% of world trade is being carried by ships through the sea. Same thing applies. We can reach the far west to the port of New York in a duration of 25 days. Port of Nagoya, one of the busiest ports in Japan, 23 days as well, depending on how many times the ship is. When it comes to economic stability, which is very important, of course, none of us want to invest in a place where there is no economic stability. We've been ranked BB plus by Fitch Rating, BA1 by Moody's, and triple B by Standard and Poor's. This has been lifted a few months ago. Another positive global indicator, we've been ranked 43 globally in terms of logistic performance index. Our quality approach has been ranked 10th globally, despite the fact that we have a very dramatic landform. Some of the villages are very difficult to reach in the middle of mountains, but the Ministry of Transportation has did a very good job. Alhamdulillah, we can connect at any place in Oman using our high quality road. Quality of life is seventh globally, and Port of Salalah in the south of Oman has been ranked second in terms of how fast they empty and fill the container. Main sectors, according to Oman's 24 division: logistics, food security, tourism, mining, and manufacturing. And of course, we cannot achieve these without the enabling sectors, which are education, healthcare, ICT, and circular economy. Incentives, we have a variety of incentives. The right to obtain 100% ownership on your company, on your business. Um, Tax exemption up to 30 years on the free zones, up to 5 years in the industrial cities. Very competitive land prices, custom duty exemptions, the golden visa, the 10-year visa, and the integrated e-services we provide at Oman. We also have multiple, of course, legislations to protect the right of open. Um, the investment map shows the variety of locations investors can choose and pick based on their requirements, based on the raw material availability, based on the targeted sectors. We can really tailor a good location for investors if it's agriculture, manufacturing, tourism, or etc. We have a variety of ports and airports, more than 12 industrial cities, more than four free zones in Oman. When it comes to real estate, we also have multiple opportunities: residential, commercial, touristic, in the upcoming cities, especially in the upcoming cities under the Ministry of Housing and Urban Planning. Mutlan Haytham City, good for residential. Al Khuir downtown is going to be very good for commercial. The integrated residential complexes, of course, is important with the growth of population. Oman's mountains destination is like Al Jabal Akhbar and Jabal Shams is suitable for tourism. When it comes to Invest Oman, we are basically a one-stop station under the Ministry of Commerce, Industry and Business Promotion. We have more than 15 governmental officials to basically help us get the information and licenses directly from the same building without the need to basically knock the door to every ministry like 3 years before. We have more than one dedicated team: the national negotiation team, the fast track team, the relationship manager. All of us basically we share the same goal to finish things as smooth as possible and help the investor establish their businesses in Oman as slowly as possible. Of course, there are challenges, I'm not gonna lie, but we are here to help. Um, Yeah, and that's it. To sum up, basically, I believe Oman at this time is very good for investment, considering our economic stability and political neutrality. We have a good vision, alhamdulillah, under His Majesty's vision. And yeah, please, if you have any queries, if you have any business idea, please do not hesitate to knock the door to Invest Oman, and I will be the first one to host you there. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Adnan. We have a short video presentation by Institute of Chartered Accountants of India. Omari, if you could please.
From Mandvi to Muscat, across centuries of sea routes, Oman and India have shared not just trade, but trust, culture, and timeless friendship. Bound by history, strengthened by diplomacy, leaders from both nations have walked hand in hand, building bridges of cooperation and respect. From Muscat to New Delhi, from the palaces to the people, this partnership has only grown stronger. Today, Oman stands as a hub of logistics, energy, and innovation. India shines as a global powerhouse of technology and enterprise. Together, they create unmatched opportunities for growth, investment, and collaboration. This November, the Embassy of India in Oman and the Oman Chamber of Commerce and Industry proudly present the Oman India Investor Forum 2025, facilitated by the ICAI Oman chapter and FICCI. This forum is a stage where businesses, leaders, and investors converge to shape tomorrow. In the past, the forum has witnessed historic partnerships, powerful ideas, and lasting collaborations. This year, we take it even higher, building on a legacy of trust, charting a future of prosperity. On 2nd November 2025, in Muscat, the Oman India Investor Forum awaits you. Together, let us script the next chapter of the Oman India growth story.
And now we come to a symbolic moment of today's event, the official unveiling of track 1.5 of Oman Network logo. May I request His Excellency Sri Pankaj Chimji and Ambassador of India to Sultanate of Oman to please inaugurate the logo. Ladies and gentlemen, may this symbol represent the shared vision, partnership, and future aspiration of both the countries. To celebrate this momentous occasion, we now present a special cultural performance showcasing aspirations of modern India. May I request the participants from the Dance Academy troupe to please come on stage for the performance.
कल भी था, मैं आज भी हूँ। मैं नवयुग का दासी हूँ। सारी दुनिया का घर मुझ में, इस मिट्टी का आदर मुझ में। मैं देशभक्त भी कर, मैं नए भारत का जनक, मैं नए
हम बंजारे परदेसी पर भारत में आज भी जनगणमन का स्वर सुन करके सर गर्व से उठता आज भी। संस्कृतियां, भाषाएं, त्योहार अनेक पर सबको गले लगाते हैं। जो भूल गए हो तुम शायद, हम तुमको याद दिलाते हैं। और ऐसा है हमारे देश का
What a fantastic performance. Couldn't have captured the Indian diversity better than this in such a short time. Wow. I got goosebumps myself. May I call sir to please felicitate. Deepthi, can you please come forward with Minakshi Menon to felicitate the performance, please? Sir, please, if you could come on the stage. And present a bouquet as a token of appreciation. As we come close to the formal proceedings, allow me once again to thank each and every one of you for your valuable presence and support. Today's launch is just the beginning, and we look forward to this platform evolving into a vibrant network of ideas, collaboration, and growth. I invite all the dignitaries for a group photo, followed by refreshments in the adjoining area. Thank you.